Ooh, good morning. Oh, I'd like to welcome you all this morning. My name is Becca Reynolds. Again, I'm one of the collection of Beccas that goes to this church. I'm Becca Reynolds. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I am a redhead with glasses. I'm wearing a black dress with little flowers. I am a woman of mature years. Whether you are with us on site or on Zoom, or whether it's your first time here or one of many times, we're glad that you're here with us today. We hope that you can stay for coffee, tea, or conversation immediately following the service. We also are having our friendly feast today, which is sponsored by our choir, of which I'm a member. Um, Save the Post-it note that you got at the greeter's table or a little scrap of paper. We're going to be going more into what you're going to do with that here in just a minute. You'll need it a little later. Today's chalice lighter is amber. Our chalice lighting words are The Spirit of Water by Katie Sivani Gefland. We light this chalice as a symbol of reunion. We reunite in this sanctuary to share the flow of our hearts with one another. We gather together in ritual to celebrate our fountains of joy, to hold each other through storms of grief, to guide one another through rapids of transformation, to rest together on ponds of stillness. Together we honor the spirit of water in its many forms and its life-giving essence.
Rise up, O flame, by thy light glowing, show to us beauty, vision, and joy. Rise up, O flame, by thy light glowing, show to us beauty, vision, and joy.
As we celebrate water communion today and explore our September theme of building bridges, building belonging, we remember how our UU faith gives us the building instructions of seek truth and nourishment from many sources. The ritual of water communion reminds us that as Unitarian Universalists, we are not connected to each other by believing exactly the same things, but instead are bound together by covenant, shared promises that we make to support one another on our journeys of faith, promises about how we will be together. Today's water communion is a great opportunity to think about how our covenants are like a river. The promises we make to each other help us all flow in the same direction and enable us to create a powerful current for good in the world. Our combined water is a symbol of our shared faith being fed by many streams of nourishment, wisdom, and grounding. What a joy to be part of a faith that says to the world, diversity belongs and has a home here. Or to put it another way, what makes up the river of our church so strong and beautiful is that it is made up of the many unique currents that are each of us. We as UUs welcome and invite in everyone's source of nourishment, just as we welcome and invite in each person into our community. Now we're ready for you all to come forward to add a little of your water to the sacred bowl. While you're waiting for your turn, or after you've poured your water, use your Post-it note or the scrap of paper you were given to draw one promise you want to make to this community. It could be something like, I promise to listen with kindness, or I promise to help when someone needs me, or a drawing of a head, or a hand, or a heart. Then bring your promise to the whiteboard and we'll create a visual river of covenantal commitments. Come on up. I'll start. If anybody wants to pour a little water in the bowl, come on up and let's honor water communion. Come on, kids, let's have you guys do it too. For those of you who may not know or may not remember, water communion is a once yearly tradition in Unitarian Universalism where we bring back water from our various travels and our various journeys. Sometimes we just use symbolic water.
And the children learned this morning that these are two of our UU ancestors who actually started the water communion ritual. Please get acquainted with them sometime this morning. Shall I put them over on the board?
That'd be fine. If somebody wants to go ahead and put up one of their Post-it notes while some people are putting in water, go right ahead. I trust you guys all not to run over each other.
Mention the magnets. That
Yeah.
for the paper, those were paper, which is majority.
The little magnet clips are for the people who don't have a Post-it note. If you have a Post-it note, use the sticky back. Do what? Your water is symbolic. Again, if anybody has a Post-it note or a scrap of paper, feel free to pop up and hang that up on the board. We still got several people pouring water. Thank you. Very good.
Super shy.
Very nice.
Okay. Yeah. So I was like, or sing the notes. So sometimes I could just like.
Maybe during an announcement, these ended up on the window statement, you can just tell them to get them from me, or
Okay,
I can link with you. actually.
okay. We'll do it during announcements. Or we'll do it here in a minute.
And so, like, sometimes I feel like.
Yeah.
I think when Amber was sitting here, then I was hearing that there's times where you feel it.
It's like a river. Before we continue, a set of keys was left on the greeter's table. If you're missing your keys, Bob here in the back, wave Bob. He has them. So search your pockets and see if you left your keys out front. All right. Keys returned to their owner. This river on the white, you can come on up. This river on the whiteboard is made up of many different promises. Some are big, some are small, some are written, and some are drawn. But all are flowing together in covenant. Just like the many waters we bring to our water communion, these promises remind us we belong to one another. Now we're ready to sing the children downstairs to their classes with the song On Your Way by J. Ariana Livingston. The choir will lead us today, but we plan to have all of you sing this each week as the children goes downstairs and as we all become more familiar with it.
Hi, my name is Wyatt. My pronouns are he, him. I'm a man in his late 20s wearing a red and white floral pattern shirt, and I'm here to read the opening words. The opening words are Learning to Love This World by Molly Hoosh Gordon, who is the minister at the UU Church in Columbia, Missouri. We gather together this morning tenderly, like drops of dew on a leaf of grass, hopefully, like gathered raindrops in a cloud, gleefully, like water rushing in a stream to the sea, deeply, like groundwater pulled up from a well. We gather from every direction for another year of growth and depth, another year of companionship and hope, another year of learning to love this world. We gather like the water that joins us across all of creation, the water that connects us within and without, merging and flowing across the entire world. The hymn for the month of August, September, is Building Bridges, number 1023 in the teal hymnal. It's around, so you probably won't need a hymnal. You may stand or sit to sing as you choose, and the words will be on the screens.
We're going to go through this once all together, and then we'll sing it as a round. And we'll start with the kitchen side, and then the piano side will come in after that, and I'll show you when to come in. We're gonna have a good time with this. Ready? Give us that F at the beginning. Okay, here we go. We're gonna start together. 1, 2, 3. Building bridges between our divisions. I reach out to you. Will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions, friends, we could make such sweet harmony. Building bridges between our divisions. Building bridges between, reach out to me. With all of our voices and all of our visions. With all of our voices and all of our visions. Building bridges between our divisions. I reach out to you, reach out to me. With all of our voices and all of our visions. With all of our voices and all of our visions. Friends, we can bridges between our divisions. I reach out to you, will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our vision. Last time I went in such sweet harmony. Repeat. Friends, we can make such sweet harmony. Good job.
Good morning. My name is Stacia. My pronouns are she and her. I'm a plus-size woman in my mid-70s. I'm wearing a deep pink polo shirt, black earrings, and glasses. I'm joined this morning by Millie, who will be reading the joys and concerns that are on site. Both Millie and I are members of the Pastoral Care Circle. As a community, we share joys and concerns to keep connected. Slips of paper are available for those in the sanctuary to use for joys and concerns. During the week, you may send your joys and concerns by email to pastoralcare@springfielduu.org or by leaving a voicemail on the church phone 417-883-3922. The pastoral care email is monitored several times a day. If you're on Zoom, please use the chat box now for sharing your joys and concerns. All of these joys and concerns will be included in the members' email on Tuesday. We honor each joy or concern with a lighted candle, a symbol of the love we as a community offer for each other and for these joys and concerns. This morning, Amber B. will be lighting the candles. And now, as we begin this time of sharing, know that though we are in multiple physical spaces, we are together in beloved community. To begin, we hold in love all of us, those present and those absent. We light a candle for our church community. And Millie, if you would check for on-site.
We have one concern. It's from Betty. A concern for my cousin Joyce, whose husband of 58 years died this week. We light a candle of concern for Betty and her cousin Joyce. That's all there are.
Thank you, Millie. We honor the complex and heartbreaking struggles of our world. We light a candle for all who are impacted. In closing, we light a candle for those joys and concerns that remain unspoken. May we hold each of these joys and concerns in our hearts and minds. May our community of love ease sorrow and boost celebration. And now let us join together in 1 minute of shared silence, followed by Spirit of Life.
I was absent the day they taught Graceful. Offering our gifts. Oh, UU history first. UU history in the month of September. On September 4th, 1793, the first General Convention of Universalist Societies was organized in Oxford, Massachusetts. It included delegates from Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Vermont, Connecticut, and New York, and continued to expand as new states came into the Union. Rechartered in 1942 as the Universalist Church of America, its business sessions became known as the General Assembly. In 1961, the General Assembly of Universalists voted to consolidate the Universalist Church of America with the American Unitarian Association, forming the Unitarian Universalist Association, whose full business sessions are still called General Assemblies or GAs. 1961, the year I was born. Offering our gifts to support the work of building inclusive and just communities is one of the many ways that we live into justice and equity together. Some have much to give, and some have little. And together it is enough. We are enough to work together for a world where every human can live into their best and most authentic self. If electronic giving is your preferred method, or if you are on Zoom, virtual giving options are available via our website, springfielduu.org. The offertory is The Water is Wide, an American folk tune arranged by Douglas E. Wagner, performed by the choir.
Good morning. My name is Era. My pronouns are she, her. I'm of the mid-century variety of gal, and I'm wearing, that's all I'll say. I'm wearing a bright green shirt today because it felt like fall and I thought I better get the bright colors in now. The homily I'll be reading is called Living Touchstones by Reverend Joel Miller, the minister at the First UU Society in Newton, Massachusetts. The Unitarian Universalist Church I grew up in nurtured what I most cherish about my life. I felt cherished at church. I learned how to be resilient, how beloved community is really hard work, and how that hard work is so valuable. Sunday school boosted my spirit, and I needed that boost for the rest of the week. When I said I wanted to bring my Sunday school to public school, my Sunday school teacher suggested I learn my church's covenant. I can still say it from memory 50 years later. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth, a sacrament, and service is our prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve all people in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the divine. Thus do we covenant with each other. This covenant survives in me after the acid tests of joys and sorrows and the hard struggles of living in beloved community. It became my spiritual touchstone because it carries for me the love I got growing up in the First UU Church of Columbus. But even as it endured the acid tests of time, I've never agreed with all of it. And what I disagree with is always changing. Even before I memorized it, I knew it would fail to live up to its great promise. Because as I walked home after that day at Sunday school, I saw it contradicted by a bumper sticker that some folks at church used to like. The bumper sticker said, "To question is the answer." I still hate that bumper sticker. Because my beloved church people didn't question my inherent worth and dignity. They didn't pour acid on my hopes and dreams. They didn't want hate or anger to corrode their souls or mine. My beloved church people became my living, breathing answers to my wild, unanswerable questions. They live in that covenant, and it's a touchstone in my heart because it always reminds me I am beloved. It always reminds me I've been worthy of hope. It always reminds me that I don't ever have to be alone. But here I am going on about touchstones and acid tests. You know, those aren't just figures of speech. An acid test or a touchstone can be a poetic image, but when I was a jeweler, I used an actual touchstone and did real live acid tests. Before I was called as a UU minister, I was a jeweler like my father and like my grandfather. One of the first jeweler's skills I learned was how to do an acid test, and an acid test requires a touchstone. The touchstone I used had been my grandfather's, a small square block of dense black metamorphic rock with a flat finish. Jewelers, coin dealers, and other folks have used the acid test for 2,000 years. Jewelers use the acid test to identify the type and quality of gold in jewelry. So when a customer wants to know if an old family wedding ring was really gold, I would do the acid test on it. As the customer watched, I would carefully rub the ring against the touchstone. Then next to that, I made rubbings from at least 3 small sticks of gold. Each stick was a different and known quality of gold. Then I would take a drop of a special acid called aqua regia, nitric and hydrochloric acid, and spread the drop across all the rubbings. The drop of acid dissolves all metals but gold, and the amount of gold left in each rubbing reveals the quantity and quality of the gold. When I did the test, the rubbing from the ring would usually match one of the rubbings from the needles. Most rings were 14 karat gold, or about 58% gold and 42% copper, silver, or nickel. It was a very bad sign when the mark from the ring bubbled up fast, turned green, and then disappeared. The ring was gold plated and basically had no gold at all. Having determined the gold content of the ring, we would wash the touchstone for the next acid test. The acid test is described in ancient Greek literature, and through the centuries, it became a metaphor for the way suffering can burn away what is false and empty. My experience of a church is a touchstone that reminds me of what is golden in my life. After the acid tests of suffering burn away what is false and empty. A jeweler's touchstone will last hundreds of years, even longer. Good spiritual touchstones also have an enduring quality to them, but touchstones can be misused. They can wear out, and like anything made of rock, they can sometimes be used to harm rather than heal the world. And touchstones do wear out. No problem. The good thing about touchstones, both the rock kind as well as the spiritual kind, is that they're made of either figurative or literal rock. And since it's rock, it's free for the taking if you know where to search. The spiritual touchstones I trust are found in community. Sometimes we mine them together out of the hardness of our lives. Or they may be old touchstones. We give new meanings after we understand how they sometimes fail to work. I know from my experiences as a UU that the best touchstones are alive. The best touchstones live and breathe as the people of a beloved community. In return, we know we are becoming beloved community when together we become living touchstones for each other. Let our lives be like those rocks and hold nothing false and empty. Let all our living be the rock on which each of us finds our greatest treasures and our deepest loves. The interlude is Shenandoah, an American folk song arranged by Jay Althouse, performed by Nancy Holmer and Eva Rebold. Eva. Rebold, right the first time.
Closing words today are All Rivers Run to the Sea by Kaylee Rice. It starts with a drop, then a trickle, a burble, a rush of water bubbling toward its destination, and finally the wide, endless sea. All rivers run to the sea. Today you brought water, poured it into a common bowl. Though our experiences have differed, these waters mingle, signifying our common humanity. Today you came and shared in this sacred community. May you depart this sacred space, hearts filled with hope for new beginnings, a fresh start, to go forth, but return to this community where rivers of tears may be shed, where dry souls are watered, where your joy bubbles, where your life cup overflows, where deep in your spirit you have found this place, a home. All rivers run to the sea. Our final hymn today is I've Got Peace Like a River. It's number 100 in the gray hymnal. You may sit or stand to sing, and the words will be on the screens. You may remain standing after the hymn for our chalice extinguishing and closing words. And I think we'll do all 6.
I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain, I've got joy like a fountain, I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain, I've got joy like a fountain, I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got love like an ocean, I've got love like an ocean, I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got love like an ocean, I've got love like an ocean, I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got pain like an arrow, I've got pain like an arrow, I've got pain like an arrow in my soul. I've got pain like an arrow, I've got pain like an arrow, I've got pain like an arrow in my soul. I've got tears like the raindrops, I've got tears like the raindrops, I've got tears like the raindrops in my soul. I've got tears like the raindrops, I've got tears like the raindrops, I've got tears like the raindrops in my soul. I've got strength like a mountain, I've got strength like a mountain, I've got strength like a mountain in my soul. I've got strength like a mountain, I've got strength like a mountain, I've got strength like a mountain in my soul.
Come on up. Amber will helping us put out our chalice. We will now extinguish our communal and personal chalices and close with our unison sending words. Our service today is ending. Our service to the world begins anew. Go in peace and don't forget food right after the service. So please stay with us.